Larry Bird has had enough of how the WNBA has been treating Caitlin Clark. After her recent on-court clash with Marina Mabrey, the Hall of Famer is stepping in and he's offering Clark opportunities that are almost impossible to turn down. But what exactly did he say? And how did Clark respond? Caitlin Clark's impact on the WNBA has been nothing short of historic. Selected first overall in the 2024 WNBA draft, she didn't just arrive, she transformed the league. In her rookie season, she shattered records, setting the single-season assist mark at 337 and scoring 761 points, the most ever by a rookie, and the ripple effect, unmatched. Clark's presence fueled a 170% surge in WNBA viewership, with 18 of her 21 televised games topping the 1 million viewer mark, a feat once unheard of in the league's history. In this next part, you're going to want to hear it. When Caitlin Clark missed several games in June 2025 with a groin injury, the league felt it instantly. Ratings for WNBA broadcasts crashed 55%, dropping from nearly 10 million viewers for her matchups to under 4.5 million. Ticket sales took a similar hit, falling 30% for non-fever games. And here's why that matters. Clark isn't just a basketball star. She's the WNBA's financial engine. Between 2024 and 2025, she single-handedly drove franchise valuations up by 180%, with the Indiana Fever's value skyrocketing to 7.3. But here's the part they won't tell you: despite her transformative impact, the WNBA has failed to truly protect or maximize its biggest draw. In her rookie year, Clark absorbed 17% of all flagrant fouls in the league, an astonishing number for a player with only 40 games under her belt. And this season, the hits have only gotten harder. From J.C. Sheldon's eye poke to Marina Mabrey's flagrant shove on June 17, 2025, the physical targeting is clear. The league's inability or unwillingness to shield its most valuable player has become impossible to ignore. The WNBA did upgrade Marina Mabrey's foul after the game, but stopped short of issuing a suspension. That decision ignited backlash from fans and analysts, including veteran sports journalist Christine Brennan, who blasted Commissioner Kathy Engelbert for failing to publicly condemn the hit. And if you think that's bad, the numbers tell an even bigger story. Caitlin Clark's salary sits at just $78,000, a fraction of the $11 million she earns from endorsements. It's a glaring example of how the league has yet to fairly compensate its biggest star. This is where the conversation turns serious. The WNBA's business model has been on shaky ground for decades, propped up heavily by NBA funding. In 2024, even with record-breaking viewership and a $200 million annual media deal, the league still posted a $40 million loss, consistent with its history of annual deficits dating back to its 1997 debut. According to Forbes, the NBA covers roughly half of the WNBA's operating costs, with direct support estimated at $15 to $20 million per year. And the consequences? Brutal. This financial dependence on the NBA has bred a culture of complacency inside the WNBA, one where political positioning often takes priority over profitability. In the process, the league risks alienating the one star who could help lead it toward financial independence. But here's the real problem: instead of fully capitalizing on Caitlin Clark's star power to grow the league, the WNBA has allowed narratives to emerge that downplay her significance. On social media, fan frustration is loud and pointed. One viral post read, "The WNBA is more interested in checking boxes than making money. Caitlin Clark is their ticket to relevance, and they're throwing it away." Commissioner Kathy Engelbert's reluctance to highlight Clark's individual contributions hasn't helped. When asked about Clark, Engelbert often bundles her name with other rookies like Angel Reese, even though Clark's games accounted for 80% of the league's top-rated broadcasts. Too many. It feels like the league is intentionally diluting her impact instead of embracing it. And this is where the story goes completely off script. The WNBA's handling of Caitlin Clark has fueled the perception that the league is more interested in identity politics than maximizing a once-in-a-generation talent, a stance that risks alienating both fans and sponsors. But that's only part of the problem. The league's ongoing refusal to address the physical targeting of Clark head-on has made matters worse. On June 17, 2025, during a game against the Connecticut Sun, Marina Mabrey delivered a hard shove that sent Clark crashing to the floor. Fever guard Sophie Cunningham immediately stepped in, sparking a brief on-court scuffle. The league's response: a $400 fine for Cunningham, and 0 suspensions. The message was clear: overly aggressive play against Clark would carry minimal consequences. Fans erupted online. One viral comment summed it up bluntly: the WNBA is fine with Clark getting beat up because it fits their narrative. They don't care about the money she brings in. And that's becoming painfully obvious. This latest incident, paired with Clark's shocking 9th-place finish among guards in the player-voted All-Star ballots despite polling in a staggering 1.3 million fan votes, suggests there's an internal resistance to her stardom. But here's the twist no one saw coming. The league's failure to fully embrace Caitlin Clark has left a wide-open lane for a legend like Larry Bird to step in, and that's exactly what he's doing. Larry Bird knows what it's like to be the outsider. When he entered the NBA in 1979, the Boston Celtics star was met with skepticism. A white kid from small-town Indiana in a league dominated by big-city, high-flying athletes, Bird didn't fit the mold. Critics doubted whether his unflashy game, built on pure fundamentals, jaw-dropping court vision, and ice-cold clutch shooting could hang with the league's best. They learned fast. Bird shut them up with 21.3 points and 10.4 rebounds per game as a rookie, leading the Celtics to 61 wins. By 1986, he had 3 MVP awards, 3 championships, and a permanent spot among basketball royalty. His rivalry with Magic Johnson didn't just make headlines, it saved the NBA from financial obscurity. According to Nielsen data, TV ratings skyrocketed by 52% during the 1980s, largely because of the Bird-Magic saga. Bird's story mirrors Caitlin Clark's in more ways than most realize. Like Clark, he was a game-changer. His deep-range shooting, pinpoint passing, and unique style didn't just fit into the game. They reshaped it, and here's where things get interesting. Bird took hits, both physical and verbal. He was trash-talked, targeted, and challenged every night. But instead of resisting him, the NBA leaned in. They built entire marketing campaigns around Bird and Magic, understanding that stars like them weren't just players, they were the product. No team, no league executive would ever risk letting Larry Bird slip away. His presence filled arenas and printed money. Now here's the wild part: the exact opposite is happening in the WNBA. The way the league is treating Caitlin Clark feels different, exclusionary, almost as if her meteoric rise isn't something to celebrate, but a threat to the established order. Bird, who has openly praised Caitlin Clark, reportedly sees her as a kindred spirit, a rare talent whose star power is being squandered by a league too entangled in politics to recognize the bigger picture. And then, everything went off the rails. On June 17, 2025, reports surfaced that Larry Bird, leveraging his clout as an NBA legend and former Celtics executive, made a bold play. He allegedly offered to back Clark in forming her own WNBA team, a move that would hand her control over both her environment and her brand. While the details are still murky, the move fits Bird's reputation for bold, calculated decisions. This is the same man who once pushed sweeping front office changes to restore the Celtics' competitiveness. But here's the real kicker: Bird's motivation wasn't just business. Sources say he believes the WNBA has fundamentally failed Clark, refusing to protect her from dangerous physical targeting, and worse, downplaying her role in the league's unprecedented growth.